we will be heading straight into round 10. Round 10, yeah. We'll be watching Chu Heng on Icelander.
Yeah.
Against Funfei, who's on Lexi. So from what I know, Funfei is one of the premier Lexi players in Singapore. He has supplied me with personally. He has supplied me with many Lexi decks,
Awesome.
different deck techs. So yeah, looking forward to a great game.
Let's dive right into it. Let's have a look at where the players should be done sideboarding any minute now.
Yeah. So we should be heading into the game in any moment. But before that, what do you think of the Icelander Lexi matchup?
At the start of the season, it was looking pretty rough for Lexi as the Icelanders were boarding in cards like NK's Icebind and the new Warmong's Diplomacy, trying to gunk up Lexi's arsenal and make it hard for you to play any arrows out by, freezing a card that's face down or stopping you from turning a card face up. But with the tech from Trencher Sunken Treasure, it gives Lexi a lot more flexibility to play around that disruption, and it's now feels, in my opinion, firmly into Lexi's favor if you have that tech ready for Icelander. So if you, but the Icelander players can respond to that by then siding out these tech cards and going in with more tall attack. To threaten Icelander's life total. So we'll see, at what stage of the metagame we're in right now and what sort of deck these guys are playing.
Yeah,
should be good.
And it doesn't help that Trench has AV1 on the text.
Yeah.
So AV1 against Wizard, I've heard is pretty good.
Yeah, totally.
All right, we're in the game. Looks like they've already started the game, and the Lexi player on the right has shot a Bolden shot.
Yeah.
And sent a CNC.
Pretty awesome.
That's pretty
CNC,
good.
I don't see being played too often, but it's actually pretty good to threaten Icelander's arsenal, right? Because they could have red cards at Arsenal, like we see right there.
The Icebind.
Yeah, really good to snipe that card out.
Looks like Chu Heng is more on an arcane list with the Icebind.
Yeah,
because traditionally Icebinds have been in a heavily arcane focused list.
Yeah,
right?
you can still sport a couple of the tall attacks in that build, but definitely it's leaning more towards the arcane damage side.
Yeah.
Can't quite see the equipment on the Lexi side here. We've got New Horizon, Treasure Sunken Treasure. We've got that AB1 for sure, ready to deal with the opponent's arcane damage and arsenal disruption. And we'll try and work out if we can figure out. I'm expecting we've got a Norrin gloves here and a Snapdragon Scalers. On the Lexi side, playing a 3 of a kind. Cards like these, you could have a Child of Blick Expanse to try and blow out the Lexi play here, but does not have that particular card. Yeah, pretty lucky to get that to line up.
It's highly unlikely that you draw it and you arsenal it, and then you can play it out next turn. But
it's really good for Lexi to have access to the quiver of Ruffling Leaves to be able to go extra wide the turn. Here we're seeing them sporting the
Abyssal Depths.
The Abyssal Depths, which I don't think is going to matter too much in this matchup, but should be fine. I think they just didn't want to dedicate the sideboard slot to Ruffling Leaves.
So, Chu Heng gonna Blizzard the Remorseless.
Yeah, but that's the power of the kind, right? They're able to pay through that without much of a cost.
Yeah, and the Lexi player just pays it off because he has many cards in his hand and he can only fire 2 arrows.
Yeah. But they've Chu Heng has blocked 3 here, taking 2. Pitching play this turn makes a lot of sense.
Can't play from his hand because he played the other kind. See what he loads. A Bolton shot.
Actually, pretty threatening on hit. They've got more cards in hand, so threatening to go a bit wider.
Yep.
But Chu Heng saying nope, covering that right up.
Covered with a sink below.
Honestly, as 3 of a kind turns go, this wasn't too bad for Chu Heng here, given they only fired a total of 2 arrows. I feel like that could have been a lot worse for Chu Heng if there was some pre-pump blade or rain razors. Yeah. It would have been a lot worse.
Yep. Additionally, the Lexi player drawing the early 3 of a kind is huge in this matchup.
Yeah, really matchup to find that early. I would be really digging for a Rain Razor setup turn, and hopefully you can fire that throughout Disruption. Another really important card is Codex of Inertia. You can play that, deny your opponent's arsenal card, to have a really good 6-5 card hand next turn when your opponent doesn't have an arsenal.
Yeah, and as you can see here, he draws the second 3 of a kind.
Yeah, nasty.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
I like that he's forcing the issue. He hasn't flipped his card face up yet. Haven't shown what he's working with. To oh, okay.
Cold Step in response is very good.
Yeah, definitely threatening the arsenal on the Lexi side, but probably better to pay for it.
Yep.
Let's see. I believe he must have chosen to pay.
Yep, he paid.
Okay, cool.
Paid 1 resource. The Waning Moon, probably opting to take 3. Yep. So the first points of damage onto the Lexi side.
Yeah, okay. But still, the goal of this matchup as a Lexi is to keep your life total about 11 or 12 above the Icelander. If you ever go low and you get too close, it means when you're threatening to kill them, Icelander can kill you in response when you overextend.
You have to always be like 1 turn cycle ahead.
Totally, yeah. Oh, here the Codex of Inertia we were talking about. This card is massive in this matchup. What a great card to get.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great card to Arsenal. Arsenal
very good to Arsenal, yeah. I wonder if we were to play it here to go and find a third arrow to play this turn.
It's judging from him flipping up the arrow, I'm flipping up the Codex, he probably is going to play it at the end of the chain.
Exactly. Or isn't he going to play it this turn?
Yeah, because you have to discard a card.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have to discard a card. So he can shoot 2 arrows,
Yeah.
try to get one off the top.
Yeah.
And but that's not the true power of the card. The true power of the card in this matchup, in any wizard matchup, is the Codex of Inertia.
Right, that targeted Arsenal disruption, ensuring that your next turn you won't have to worry about some disruptive piece from Arsenal is huge.
Yeah, and like much of the Icelander's game plan is just trying to stall out the Lexi, try to minimize the amount of damage they take, try to arsenal some form of disruption, hopefully in the form of like a Channel Lake Frigid.
Now, while Lexi has taken, Iceland has taken 8 damage this turn, I think they are doing a good job sticking to that game plan of making sure their life total isn't falling down too much, but they just really need to find an important piece, like a Channel Lake Frigid, to give them more room to put the pressure back on.
Yeah, Channel Lake Frigid in this matchup is huge.
Right, Lexi's activating so many cards every turn. Like for every arrow they're trying to play, they have to load it into Arsenal and play it. So the effective tax on a Channel Lake Frigid is 2.
Yeah.
So it's pretty huge to have to be able to have the Channel Lake Frigid in play. Now, I'm pretty surprised to see Insidious Kill in Arsenal. It kind of implies there's the only blue in hand, because that's a card I really want to deploy early. Looks like we're taking some damage here on the Icelander side.
Joe shot.
23.
Yep. So he the Lexi player choosing not.
No, they got it. They just got it now. Putting it on the Coronet Peak.
Choosing not to play out the Codex of Inertia.
I think that's smart. I want to save that until I have a really good follow-up turn ready for it. And if your hand's a bunch of junky arrows, you'd rather wait till you have like some important piece to be able to make sure you're going above and beyond on the following turn after the Inertia has denied your opponent their Arsenal. I like this.
You're seeing a Scoffer Scar from the Icelander player, so he is playing some form of attacks.
There'll be a few on the deck for sure. There'll be probably a famous spirit as well.
In addition to Icebind.
Yeah. What will be real interesting to me is if they're running the Command and Conquers. Kind of falling out of favor a little bit in Icelander builds as they lean more towards Arcane. But the Arsenal disruption can really let you pivot on a dime back into Lexi. So if they have that card and they can find it, be really good. Oh, they wanted it and blocked more last turn. They got these 2 block attack actions in hand. The
double Scoffer Scar turn is it's pretty good.
I don't know. It's pretty aggressive, but I feel like Chu Heng would have preferred to have some 3 blocks in hand last turn, It was also that their only blue was Insidious Chill, which I bet they would have loved to have arsenaled, but they have all these red 2 blocks in hand. They were kind of forced to pitch it to play out their hand, and then...
I think he kept Channel Lake Frigid, actually.
You think so?
Yeah, I think I saw a glimmer of a Channel Lake Frigid.
Right, a glimmer of hope for Iceland.
Which is a very key piece in this matchup.
Yeah, really good. Especially if they can get it into play in response to the Codex of Inertia.
Yeah.
It'll limit the Lexi's ability to pivot onto them with that card.
Accompanied with the fact that we've already seen 2 3 of a kinds being used by the Lexi.
Right.
Really early, first 2 turns.
That card really gives you the latitude to have to pay for that disruption. If the thing that get out of the way early, pretty good for Icelander.
I'd be pretty happy with this card result. But see, targeting the Arsenal.
I mean, we're not expecting a pummel here from Lexi. This is like a pretty easy 2-card block for the Icelander player. Although I do believe they have a Think Below in hand. So that's going to be pretty painful to have to play around that. But this is okay. If they got a blue in Arsenal, they could play out in response and not really worry about that on hit. But I'm expecting a 2-card block here. Let's see. There is a Channel in hand. Cool.
So drawing into multiple channels is pretty good. But not in this spot. Because ideally you want to play out one, arsenal the other one, and then wait out like 2 turns and then play out the other one, right?
Yeah. We're really thinking about the blocks here. The Think Below makes it super awkward, right? If they do have a Channel like Frigid and Arsenal, to pitch the second one in order to play it out.
Yep.
And maintain on the board. So there we
Does
go.
play it
This
out,
is the
yep.
first in play. Pretty good here.
He does manage to resolve the Channel Lake. He opts to Waning Moon.
3 damage. Whittling down Lexi's life total, trying to bring them down to their level.
Yep.
Where then Icelander's going to have to take 6 here to make this play.
But I think the Channel Lake on the board just sort of stalls and prevents the amount, like, it prevents effectively like one more arrow.
It's not just the Channel Lake Frigid that's gonna mess with the Lexi. It's the follow-up Coronet Peak that's gonna make sure that not only do they have less cards in hand, they have to, everything also costs more. So a 3-card hand where stuff costs 1 more is it's just this 1-2 punch, which is so debilitating for the Lexi opponent. So Coronet Peak really owning its spot here, and it's gonna keep the
current Channel Lake around for 1 more turn.
Yeah, and now I wonder what card they've elected to Arsenal here. They pitched a Sink Below last turn. They don't want to Arsenal that card. Maybe a disruptive piece. I'll have to wait and see.
Well, it would be pretty insane if he drew the 3rd one.
Yeah, I'm doubting that. I'm doubting that. Although I wonder if they have a card that they want to play out that can maybe disrupt this Codex of Inertia somehow, freeze it in place. I'm not exactly sure. But
it's pretty good that he drew. It's pretty unlikely that Icelander player draws 2 this early. It's happened to me before, but
it's pretty frustrating.
It's still pretty good.
Honestly, good for the Lexi player to see these 2 so early. What's most backbreaking is when the Channel Frigid come back to back, and you have 5 to 6 turns in a row of Channel Frigid. Having them be like on the same turn like this, so you have to pitch one to keep one around, is great for the Ranger player and kind of
It also sort of tells the Lexi player that he probably doesn't have a blue in Arsenal.
Yeah, totally. Because what they have no other alternative.
Or it's a non-ice blue.
So not worry about any more disruption this turn. Makes sense.
Yep.
I wonder what Lexi can do. He's only dependent on the number of blues she has in hand. This is a part of the game that can get pretty tough, where they kind of have to make sure they're still pressuring Athena's last field, not giving her a free range to set up her permanents in play. But it's really difficult to be able to prevent arcane damage as well as pushing through. You kind of have to pick one lane. And I think the correct move is to go for disruption. Go for damage dealt on the Lexi side.
Ooh, plays out the Rainrazors.
Costing 1.
Clearing his arsenal. Loading. It's a very expensive turn.
Yeah. Got 2 boosts to pay for it all. So coming for 7 with a Bolton shot. Go again. Pretty good. I believe they're empty-handed though, so we'll have to hope that the Codex of Inertia finds them their 3rd arrow. Has to be a 0 cost if want to play it out.
Both these players have drawn into most of their power cards. Really early, with the Lexi drawing 2 Kinds, 1 Rainrazor, and the Icelander drawing 2 Channel Lake Frigids.
The Channel Frigid is pretty good. I would be happy if I was able to deploy that Insidious Chill into play. If even though they have Channel Frigid into play, if they're not actually ripping cards from the Lexi's hand, they're going to be able to pay through and get some damage into the game, right? It's not like they can't do anything on their turn. It only gets really bad when you're stripping multiple cards from the hand with Rain Freezes, Ace of Ice Vines. So
from my experience playing as an Icelander player, although I'm not very well practiced, it's kind of like playing out the Insidious Chill and taking too much damage is not a worthwhile trade.
True.
Because sometimes you get really punished just because you arsenal the Insidious Chill and try to get it out, and then you're down 1 card to block, right?
The window to play that permanent may have closed now that Icelander is already below 20 life. It's going to be really hard to take some damage to make a long-term play like that.
But if they could get out an early Insidious Chill, like in turn 0 or turn 1, that's huge.
Yeah. Or if maybe Lexi draw the hand with not too many blues. It could give
some breathing
room back in this game.
Yeah, it does give some breathing room. But in this spot particularly, with the Lexi drawing 2 blues and threatening 7 damage to Icelander's 17.
Pretty rough.
Yeah, it's still pretty good.
However, I expect this may be the end of our Lexi player's turn. I'm thinking that we might have not too much more. Oh man, the 3rd Scarforth Guard 2 block is brutal, but
Sink Below.
I have the same way to cover it up. Okay.
So the 2nd Sink Below.
Blocking 6.
So the CNC was very good.
Yeah, seriously.
The CNC was extremely timely. Blocking with
The problem with this is it is opening them up to being forced to discard a card off of the Codex of Inertia.
Yep.
Let's see if Lexi found an arrow.
And it also means that he flips.
Another Rain Razors. Wow. Opening up the second Arsenal slot for the Ponder token to fill it up. Wow.
If the Icelander player has no way to maintain the channel Lake Frigid, it could be a problem.
It's going to be dependent on what she got, or what they got off the Codex of Inertia, if they have something to pitch into to pay for that, to get a second card in the pitch zone with ice, and what they have in hand.
Yeah, and they discarded a Sigdalo.
Yeah, I believe they discarded an Ace Ice Vein.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is a tough spot. It's been really hard to get the channel Lake Frigid around.
And the random rip off the top is also not ideal for the Icelander because you could have. I mean, they have a good cards, good arsenal targets, but like a random one probably messes with the game plan.
Definitely. It's really great to see this disruption working well for the Lexi side. It's not too often you see the Codex of Inertia get to force your opponent to discard a card, and I think it's going to prove really potent here. Because Ace of Ice Vein would have been a great way to sink those ice cards away.
Yeah. And also to maintain the channel Lake Frigid.
Exactly. Well, that's what I mean, to be able to sink the ice card away to maintain the channel Lake Frigid.
Okay, Arctic's pretty good.
Arctic is pretty good. It's not going to keep the channel Lake Frigid around, but I would consider that one of the better cards you can draw to help slow down the Lexi player, really limit the impact that Rain Races could have on the game.
But that's off the top.
It's all off the top. Yeah. But I would think that one of the better draws. Aether Ice Vein probably would be the ideal play, but I'd be happy with this.
Aether Ice Vein would have been insane.
Yeah.
Off the top. Would have been insane.
They're around 8 to 9 copies in the deck typically, so it wouldn't be that unlikely. One of the most common cards in the list.
Yeah.
I'll take 2 arcane damage on the Lexi side. They're so happy to, 30, you're not even close.
Yeah, sitting at 32 to 16.
Lexi has got about 20 to 18 more life to play before they're starting to be worried about taking too much damage.
Looking at the Lexi player's hand, he has Art of War in hand.
Oh, I love Art of War.
He has Art of War.
But it's going to be hard to play it, though, with the 3 Frostbites.
He does have a blue, I think. He does have a Winner's Bite.
Yeah, but if you want to pay out the Art of War, you want a second blue, as well as another arrow to banish.
Well, he could always set up the Art of War.
Yeah.
For next turn.
If you could set up the Art of War with the Rain Razor, that'd be pretty awesome.
Because this turn, he probably has to block out.
Yeah, you're right.
He's going to be taking too much damage.
Wow. Pitching the Art of War for the second Art of War.
These are pretty sick hands.
Yeah, pretty messed up.
Yeah, pretty sick hands, I have to admit. The Art of War from the Ponder.
Yeah. With the Rain Razor ready to go. No channel Lake Frigid in play.
With the Codex ripping the Rain Razor off the top.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nuts. Lexi knows this is her turn to be confident that there's no disruption from the opponent. Choosing +1 off the Art of War as well as drawing 2 cards. Oh, but Blizzard!
Blizzard.
Okay, so disruption you don't need to play from Arsenal.
Blizzard
this is big.
Is coming clutch.
Did they draw a blue off the Art of War? Could play the Rain Razor in response if you want to just maximize damage here.
Looks like no blue.
Hard to tell. Wow. Blizzard's a great draw here.
There's a lot of restraint with the holding back the Rain Razors.
Yeah, well, I think that's the right call. Don't play it until you absolutely have to. There's no reason to rush. If your opponent wants to overblock to prevent it, that's fine. Fit it for next turn.
But still, taking 6 here on the Icelander side doesn't feel good. Going down to 10.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, and facing a Rain Razors in Arsenal for next turn.
Lexi choosing not to pay here.
And not blocking.
They're going to take 6, and then I think this is the right call. Lexi's happy to get 6 damage in. It's going to wait, set up a 6-card hand, and pass. But not blocking here. Great for Icelander. They get to reset that Arsenal to disrupt Lexi one more time, trying to fight for some control over this game.
Okay, we see the Ice Vein.
All right.
Fusing the channel Lake Frigid.
Lake Frigid number 3 going into Arsenal. This is pretty devastating for Lexi, having to both discard or pay a card to the Ace of Ice Vein, as well as staring in the barrel of a channel Lake Frigid next turn.
It could buy the Icelander the time it needs to find all the disruptive pieces.
Channel Lake Frigid has obviously Lexi has the ice talent in her type line, but the reason it's so good into Icelander is you get an extra turn out of it where you don't have to pay to have it in play for that first time you play it out on the opponent's turn, right? The card is fine in Lexi, but in the hands of Icelander, we get to play it on your opponent's turn without having to put a card into the ice.
It's almost always a guaranteed 2 turn.
Yeah, 2 turn, maybe even 3.
Because Ice Lexi has the problem of when you play Ice Lexi, you have the problem of finding ice.
Yeah,
ice blues to pitch to the channel Lake. it's a big ratio issue because
Yeah.
the more ice cards you run in an Ice Lexi list, the higher chance you break.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, off of like 3 other kinds or other war turns.
All right, so I liked it from Lexi.
Yeah.
They are the first action they are performing to give Icelander any priority is just playing an arrow.
Just playing out the sedation shot,
Don't
which
want
is
to.
pretty good.
Yeah, inertia on here, so Icelander forced to block it to keep the channel around. But I like most of all that they're playing out an arrow before the Icelander plays out the channel like frigid to deny the opportunity to make their first arrow on the turn more expensive.
Yeah, more expensive.
They're just gonna play out one arrow this turn, Arsenal card.
Yep.
Wait for the Lake Frigid to go bye-bye.
Yeah, plus they have to respect this arrow, and so they have to block or they are not gonna get an arsenal.
Yeah.
And it's hard to block because there is a Rainmaker sitting behind. So if he just blocks with 2 cards, he can punish the Icelander with the Rainmaker in response. He has 2 floating. So
I honestly think if I was a Icelander player, I'd be okay with that. Seeing the Rain Races only be like a
using
yellow
on one arrow it won't possibly feel as bad. And if he choose ops to snap, you know that there's only 1 arrow coming.
Totally.
Right?
And it's gonna be pretty hard to pay for that snap because you would have to pay one more for the
Exactly. So it's very telegraphed what amount of damage Lexi can do this turn. Hate this board state. Well, it is so the Icelander chooses to block with 1 card. So I assume they just want to maintain the channel like frigid and they don't mind not having an arsenal this turn, which makes sense.
The cost of not having an arsenal card is a lot less than if you have a channel like frigid in play.
Yep. Only gonna this card, you might as well keep the channel lake. And
I like that.
Yeah. Very heads up. Yeah. Chu Heng being one of the better Icelander players in Singapore.
Wow.
He definitely has a lot of reps into
this round's on me interesting card.
It's a pretty good card into Lexi.
Yeah.
It solves the breakpoint problem, and regardless of how many cards Lexi has in hand, she can only play 3 arrows.
It's gonna deny the Bolton shots automatically go again from the +1, which is nice. Giving them an extra card to help pay through the channel like frigid is a bummer for me. It's definitely a downside of the card, but it will help you keep the channel like frigid around for an extra turn.
But it's this rounds on me into a waning moon into the coronet peak.
Right.
So
that's pretty cool.
So he does
get that card back.
Yeah, he does get the card back.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a pretty good play.
Yeah, I think typically you'd be okay just pitching to coronet peak with an ice card and arseling the blue, but because of the Katsu inertia, Chu Heng's playing out the entire hand.
Plus the this rounds of me helps this turn blocking. Yeah, because all the critical breakpoints have gone down by 1.
Yeah, because Lexi wants to go as wide as possible with his rain raises, and this round only helps to temper that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Although Rain Raises does offset the this rounds of me.
We'll see if Lexi's opting to use it this turn, or if she's gonna keep waiting for the rain raises to pass. She's got a 6-card hand.
Yeah, 6-card hand.
Do you have the resources to fight through the channel like frigid and get? Ideally, from the Lexi player, I want to have 3 arrows this turn when I'm playing the rain races. If not, I'd be trying to wait.
Yeah, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah,
because you need to have 2 blues to play out a 3-arrow hand,
right?
And they all have to be 0-cost arrows, right?
Right. Yeah, you would need a 1 or 0-cost arrow in arsenal and 2 0-cost in hand, which is possible.
It's possible, but like we don't know if that's an arrow.
Yeah,
could just be a non-attack action.
Say taking his time, counting out the resources. I said it's on 8, so you aren't in striking distance of closing this game out.
It's a 2-arrow close.
Yeah,
without blocks. So,
and this is a great position to be in because if the Icelander's on 8, you can force him to block without having to arsenal card, which gives you more time to set up the triple arrow hand, which can actually deal damage to close the game.
Regardless of the amount of disruption, you know that once this turn passes, you have seen all 3 channel lake frigids.
So true. Yeah, you gotta be feeling great for your Lexi. If you can just ride out this channel lake frigid.
And you know, with the amount of pressure you are gonna put on the Icelander this turn, the Icelander probably doesn't have the resources to keep the Shadow Lake because she needs to pitch 2 ice cards.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be pretty hard to pull that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, really taking your time. I like this. We've got plenty of time in the round. Don't rush.
Yeah, it's
really be calm. We've been playing at a pretty breakneck pace this game. So
these players are so familiar with both heroes.
Yeah.
That they just know.
Right, because they're cashing it at time in the round to count on a really critical turn. Well, other turns don't matter, but this turn is the one.
This
where
turn
you take
is
your time.
this turn is a turn where it's on the Lexi player to sort of find lethal or push the Icelander towards lethal.
We've only seen one Blizzard this game, and that's the one card that could mess up the math.
I think it's 2.
We've seen 2?
He's played 2.
Okay. So there could be a third, but
if I was a Lexi player, I'd be pretty happy to see the 2, all the heavy disruption being played out.
Paying 1 to flip a passing helix. That's 1/0 cost. To Rain Razors.
Plays out the Rain Razors. Okay, so this is probably going to be a 2-arrow turn.
Yeah.
From the looks of it.
I think you're correct.
Yeah, but 2 arrows coming in for 5 each.
This one's coming in for 6. Oh, 5 because
of this round to me. So it's 5. So it's still demanding at least 2 blocks, 2 card blocks, I'd say.
Icelander could block one of these out and go to 3, but
going to 3 against 23 life.
That's a lot. You would need to have a really backbreaking play lined up that would do that. And with no Arsenal, it seems tough to pull off.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a triple club block, trying to Arsenal 1 card here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 3. Yeah. Deny the armor block on the Coronet Peak. The counter. Going to 6.
And this comes in for 5. He could opt not to block.
You could take it all.
Try to be as disruptive as possible on the next turn.
If you had an A for Iceman and 2 ice cards to keep the turn like fridge around and rip a card from your opponent, I don't hate that. Anything else, I'm expecting a 2-card block here.
Icelander is one of those heroes that you actually can come back 20 health deficit.
Definitely.
Which is, it's kind of insane when you say it out loud, right? But it's possible. I've seen it happen.
A few other decks can do that.
Yeah. Not many decks can do that.
Yeah. Definitely no Blizzard this turn. They're just considering the blocks here. There is 1 Rain Razors in the deck for Lexi, and that's going to be probably the card that ends this game. So Icelander needs to disrupt their opponent before they find that 3rd one. Alright, blocking 3 with this round on me. Take 2. Going to 4. Keeping 2 cards. Maybe going for a Coronet Peak next turn. And an Arsenal card. We'll have to wait and see.
Going to 4, I think. It's pretty good. It's still safe, right? But 19 health deficit is pretty big.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty hard to claw this back. We're pitching to Coronet Peak here, trying to limit the Lexi player's turn. But, telling Frigid, the 3rd and final one will be leaving the game after this turn. So, Lexi's operating off a 4-card hand, but
only as the Lexi has a blue and an arrow in Arsenal, I think it's still pretty good for the Lexi player.
But, Icelander chose not to block with a card, and that's got to be a disruptive piece. I can't imagine there's anything you would keep with having the 3 life besides the card that disrupts your opponent.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see what they opted to keep here. A Brain Freeze maybe would be good. Lots of opportunities. Just going straight for the passing helix, not even going to attempt to flip. Not giving opportunity for Icelander to disrupt.
He does have the snappies.
This could be the turn to use it. I'm assuming that Crack Bauble is a harder Fiendel.
Cold Snap. I guess he's playing around the Cold Snap as well, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to pay tax on this one. Like flipping and then flipping and then giving him the window to respond with the Cold Snap.
I like that line a lot.
Yeah.
Gonna draw a card, 2 floating open for the Coronet Peak, and a 4-card hand to block with. Pretty good for Icelander here. Expecting a Snapdragon Scalers from Sensei.
Depends.
I think it's on hit actually does matter here.
Yeah, depends if he has the blue. He has been drawing a lot of blues.
Yeah.
Almost 2 a hand.
I'd be curious to see just how many they're playing on the list, but I anticipate they're playing enough. So yeah, Chu-Hang respecting the on-hit here, which I think is wise.
Yeah. Puffing Helix is just bolted shot.
Yeah.
On the stack, he wanes.
Yeah.
A little bit of a preemptive Rain Razor there.
Yeah, well, we found the 3rd Rain Razor, which we said is probably going to end this game, and if you can pull off enough arrows this turn, I can see that either ending the game or knocking Chu-Heng off the arsenal after the game's effectively over.
Yeah.
Taking 2 here.
The third Rain Razors.
Yeah. Going up to 6 in the passing helix. Going to 3 on the Icelander side. I think there's 1 card in here for...
Yeah, and he could
Lexi?
possibly load an arrow.
From the passing helix, if they want to...
But it's unlikely, right? He has 2 floating resources.
Yeah, you'd probably get the +1 to Voltaire.
Yeah, the +1 is huge.
I think there's a Thick Below in Chu-Heng's hand. That's going to help mitigate the damage. Which is great. Yeah.
Loading. Oof.
We've seen almost exclusively 0-cost arrows from V-Sensei. Only a couple 1-cost arrows. No, none of the really impactful on hits like the Blood Rot Pox arrow or the
Ooh, he blocks out for 8.
Oh wow. But no Arsenal. Pretty huge.
No Arsenal is huge. But we know that the Lexi player has no Arsenal as well, so 2 arrow turn.
Still pretty good though. You can operate off 2 arrows to deliver 9 to 10 damage, as well as setting up an Arsenal for the following turn off of 3 cards. Got the blue. Hey, here we go. Infecting shot.
The infecting shot.
You have to block this. Go again. Give me 2 cards, please. And this is a part of the game where Lexi's just trying not to brick and is just tidying up ending the game.
Lexi's not bricking.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Lexi's not bricking. With the way Fuseless is built, and the...
Yeah. Oh, that's the end of the game. Can't block out the final arrow. Get the infecting shot and die. Wow.
Oof.
Pretty dominating game for Lexi. Great play by both sides, but unfortunately Chu-Heng just didn't have the disruption to stop that early aggression and
was not able to resolve. He did resolve 2 Charlic Frigids.
Felt like too late though. Felt like it wasn't enough,
Yeah, but by the time he resolved it, he was like 15 health.
No Aetherized Vein. No Insidious Chills in play.
Only managed to play 1 Aetherized Vein. And couldn't resolve the Insidious Chill early. I felt like the Icelander player did the best he could.
Yeah,
trying to slow the game down. But the Lexi player on the other hand was drawing pretty hot.
The Lexi player had excellent disruption. They had the Command and Conquer to target the Lexi's disruption and Arsenal, that early Ice Bind, as well as having the Codex of Inertia force the to discard a card. Really helped to mitigate some of the offensive capabilities that the opponent had. I felt they did a great job, putting the pressure on their opponent and making them pay a real cost to have any disruption.
Yeah, Three of a Kind is an extremely powerful card in the disruption, like whatever.
Helped them fight for a disruption early on through the early Three of a Kind. That was great.
Drawing into multiple blues is never a bad thing against Icelander.
Yeah.
So having the extra 3-card draw was pivotal.
Yeah, totally.
I would say, in this matchup.
Awesome. So wow, another win for Lexi, going 9-1 in the tournament so far. Almost 1 more win away from locking their top 8 spot.
Yeah, one win away from locking his spot into top 8.
Yeah, totally.
Nationals top 8.
Awesome.
Chu-Heng is not out of the race.
By no means. Yeah.
He is still very live.
Definitely. But hopefully they can dodge some more Lexis, because this matchup has been pretty abysmal on the Icelander side so far.
That's what I feel when I play Icelander against Lexi. It's painful. It is
true.
Painful.
Yeah. Definitely definitely rough for the Icelanders now that Icebind and NK are less impactful. And I'm surprised they're still running it in the list. It felt like it wasn't going to do a whole lot. They never had to actually use the Trench of Sunken Treasure, but its mere presence limited the ability for Icelander to play out their Warmongers, which I assume they run. Maybe they didn't.
Regardless,
Icebind.
Regardless, it's still AB1.
Yeah, exactly. Which is
having AB2 and not knowing, like, I'm pretty sure going into the game he has a rough idea of what Chu-Heng's Icelander encompasses, right?
Yeah.
But like in a wide metagame with multiple Icelanders, you never know if they're playing the more heavy arcade list or the more value oriented, like woundable list, right?
Yeah.
So it's always good to have that 2 AB insurance.
Totally. It helps on those turns where you're not able to draw too many blues, or you're not able to play through disruption. Just having something else to do with those cards in your hand is really valuable to have. Otherwise, you're bleeding damage on those turns.
Yeah, AB2 also pushes the critical life threshold that AB1 against Icelander has. I believe the AB1 is health.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't drop below 12 health, but if you have AB2, it pushes the threshold up to
Why I
like
still have cards in hand.
40 to 15 of like
Yeah.
how much you can take before you're in the Icelander lethal zone in 2 turns, right?
I would I really love those end game situations. They feel like some of the most tense moments in Fab when you're trying not to overextend but you still have to threaten lethal.
Yeah.
It's really fun. We didn't get to see that this game. But yeah, the AB2 really helps in that situation.
It's also very it's spicy tech that the Lexi player seems to have multiple copies of Art of War in deck.
Yeah, I've been running 2 on my list, and I love the card. It's really good, especially when they try and freeze your arsenal card with one of their ice cards.
Cold Snap or Ice Bind.
Being able to give go again to that arrow when you can't flip up your hero makes it you can still enable that arsenal zone even when your card is frozen face down.
Yep.
So we're about ready to go on a quick break here. We'll be back with round 11 shortly of the Singapore Nationals. But don't go anywhere. We're on a quick break. We'll see you guys real soon. Okay.
Alright.
Alrighty. We're still here, but we're just gonna go on a quick break and we'll be back with round 11 real soon. Alrighty? Catch you guys then. No. Give me 1 minute to edit. Alright, we're going on break real soon.
Break in 1 minute.
I'm just gonna go and while you're here, hey everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna go and plug the stream on our socials. I guess we should wait till round 11's about to start before we post it everywhere.
Well, it gives them time to catch up.
Yeah. Oh, Berlin posted it on Twitter. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, not Facebook, I mean.
Yeah. Alright. We're finally going into the break.
Yeah.
Right. Welcome back to round 11. So we have our next feature match, which consists of Ivan Teo on Katsu and Stephen Fei on Lexi.
Yeah. So we got a rematch of a matchup we saw yesterday. That didn't go too well for the Katsu players. The draws weren't quite in their favor. We'll see if we can go a little bit more. Got some early surging strikes. And make all the difference.
Well, I think it's more of like it's an aggro mirror.
Yeah.
Not mirror, like an aggro matchup, right? Unless the Lexi is running some form of ice package, like with a decent ice splash, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. If not, it probably is just seeing who draws their power cards first.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's go to the game if it's ready, and we can take a look at what we're working with on the player's side, what equipment they've got. That's ready to go. I am expecting pretty standard aggro package, like a heart and cross trap from the Katsu, maybe brick scale, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think Ivan likes to play Reese Rider Boots as well, so probably has multiple forms of armor to sort of block the breakpoints to wait for his big turn. Looks like the players are shuffling their decks.
Yeah.
Ivan at X2 and Funfei at X1.
So we are pretty sure that Fee Sensei isn't running Quiver of Rustling Leaves in their Lexi list, which is going to limit their ceiling on damage they can do, which might give a little bit of an edge to Ivan, if their damage maximum is somewhat lower than it would otherwise be.
We have to see if he might have it in his sideboard.
I feel like he would have run it last round if he had access to it, but it is possible.
Maybe, yeah. Looks like he doesn't. I think he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think he does. Have we seen Ivan play today? Oh, yesterday, rather.
Yesterday we
I
saw him on draft.
Right, in draft.
He was the one with the Valiant most. Yeah.
Pretty cracked draft. So it's really excited to see a Katsu do well. They've kind of been in and out of the meta. What do you think's been holding him back? Katsu from doing well.
I think Katsu is at the core, I believe, a very good aggro deck with an extremely high ceiling, with the inclusion of Bonds of Ancestry.
Yeah,
the card is insane. It's if you line it up correctly, it's a 0 for 8 most of the time.
I mean, I don't want to be too rude, but I feel like it's propping up the entire deck right now.
Yeah,
Ancestry.
It is the only reason why you play Katsu.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Oh, so I didn't realize Fee Sensei they're only running Trench. They're running Trench in this matchup. I guess you do have Warmonger's Diplomacy in the Katsu list. We know that for sure. Man, that's crazy. I think we've got Perch Grapplers and Hornet Sting as well on the Lexi side. A little hard to see. And let's see what Katsu has access to. Obviously, Kadachi's. Oh yeah, Breathe Rider Boots, Breaking Scales, and Heart and Cross Strap for an explosive damage push. Alright, well now we've got to see who won the die roll and who is going first. I think in both cases, both players would choose to go second. Pretty favorable to get that free tempo. So whoever makes the first game action is probably going to be on the back foot.
Standard loadout from the Katsu player.
Trench, man, Yukili Bender was talking on Twitter, and I have to agree with her that, Trench is fine, but Tunic is better in almost every matchup. Having access to that 1-3 resource opens up a lot of player lines and even wider hands.
Yeah, in my list for Nationals, I ran a list with no Trench.
No Trench?
No Tunic.
Right.
Yeah, and I missed the Tunic.
Yeah, it feels great to have access to that. I really missed the Tunic.
Sometimes you just draw into a bunch of one-cost arrows that you have no resources to fire, and that one Tunic resource could be like the turn where you shoot the difference between a one-cost arrow, one arrow turn, or like a 3-arrow turn sometimes.
Got it. So we've got Katsu going first, pitching Warmonger's Diplomacy. So they are running that card, but opting to definitely just play it out here on turn 1.
The Katsu passes priority. Just to see if the Lexi player is greedy and wants to load.
Yeah. So now Lexi's on a 2-card hand. Katsu could try and push here, but I'm expecting he's just going to pass turn and go to Arsenal.
Yeah. The Katsu going first could try to fill up his graveyard. Yeah. He could try to fill up his graveyard.
With the
get some cards in.
And then you can't really force up with a Bond of Ancestry yet because you have nothing to banish from in the graveyard.
I think the best card here is Ancestral Power, but
going to play the Bonds.
Play the Bonds either way.
So just 4 go again. Could Katsu tutor here?
He could tutor.
Which he will. What do you think he's going to go find?
Probably Dishonor. Just get it in the grave.
Yeah.
It's 4 damage.
4 damage.
Yep.
So we're doing a total of 5 damage. No, with the Kadachi, that's 7 damage on turn 1. Not bad.
Yeah. It could mean... It means a lot. 7 damage is a lot.
I agree. No Arsenal, though. Card hit on your first real turn of the game is a bit of a bummer.
Filled up his graveyard with
That is true.
some density of threats.
Which you want to have for the Bond of Ancestry to target. Yep. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Alright, now we've got Lexi's first turn, 5-card hand. And we've got a really powerful arrow in Arsenal.
It does have a 3 of a kind, but a 3 of a kind with no Rainmakers is not a problem, I'd say.
Kind of a waste.
Yeah, to just 3 of a kind. Ideally, you want to block 2 cards and then 3 of a kind.
Yeah.
Like the pseudo husk. Okay, bolted shot. Red bolted shot for 5.
Yeah, nice.
Not threatening a whole lot since there is a card in Arsenal, so he does not have to worry about the reload.
Like we spoke about at the top, this is mostly an aggro mirror, and Lexi gets a bit of an this matchup from her ice package, offering disruptive tools to help mitigate Katsu's aggro ceiling. But we haven't seen any disruption from Lexi this turn, so I think Katsu's going to take probably all this damage and just choose to rip at them with a 4-card hand here. You know,
having chipping Alexi for 7 damage turn 0, and Alexi not firing a 3-arrow turn. Really, I think it puts them both at parity, right? Yeah, like going second, you ideally loading an arrow in turn 0 and going second, you ideally want to sort of fire a 3-arrow turn just to put the pressure on, right? Make the Katsu take like 13 damage. Put him at a lower life threshold of like 27.
We didn't get that this time. We just got a weak on hit that actually clunked up Lexi's Arsenal with 2 face-up arrows. They're going to have to pop Snapdragon Scalers. No, they don't even have Snapdragon Scalers. They're unable to clear that double Arsenal. Lexi's in a rough spot, and Katsu looking pretty good, able to keep the tempo and keep Lexi at a lower life than him.
Yeah. He did keep the 3 of a kind in hand. So
he's identifying it's not going to do much this turn without access. The number of arrows in hand wasn't the problem. The number of pumps and 3 of a kind doesn't help you fix that problem.
Yeah. So Katsu going for the Kodachi spinning wheel kick into the 100 wins with Ancestral Empowerment. Could he tutor? Yes. He discards the second Dishonor, probably looking for either Winds of Eternity or another 100 wins. Coming for 4. Winds of Eternity. So Winds of Eternity basically says if you on hit, you can shuffle all the 100 wins on the combat chain back into your deck.
Yeah, really powerful tool against Fatigue. Not super strong here, but just being 4 go again is pretty powerful. Honestly, it's a strong play, but
doesn't have go again. But
it doesn't have go again, and it's not threatening the massive damage that a Surging Strike line is. It's more about keeping the cards in deck, which is strong, but in this matchup, not that relevant.
Yeah. For my discussions with Ivan, we mostly came to the consensus that it's good to have sort of good density of red cards. So previously we were running a very combo oriented list with multiple yellow descending Katsu, just to make sure when you draw into the Surging Strike, your combo lines are the odds of you drawing to the natural combo line are higher. But we realized that into other matchups, the yellow cards sort of under red cards. Against a wide field with Guardians and Guardians, Assassins, and all the disruption, you want good 2-card hands.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is good. You got a lot of options for these smaller hands. Lexi's side, hand is turn weak, just firing off a Searing Shot, then going straight to end turn. Lexi signifying by drawing up already. That's all I'm going to do this turn. Coming in for 5 damage. Katsu more than happy to take this and go 1 life lower, but keeping a 4-card hand to threaten more damage.
The thing about Lexi is that you could be at 20, and it's still pretty bad.
Right. Heart Cross Trap though coming in, saving them a card, coming in for I believe it's 4 go again. Yeah. They're gonna block 4.
Thinking on the blocks. The only punish here is if the Katsu has the natural line in hand or Ancestral. But seeing that the Katsu already Ancestral the previous turn, choosing not to Arsenal it, is the odds of him having the second one
Yeah,
is
Katsu
pretty
kind of
low.
playing off the top right now, trying to do as
Yeah.
much damage naturally, but having to set up a 5-card hand.
Yeah.
Identifying he doesn't have time to set up a big turn this game. Rolls to just
Yeah, just push through the damage. Try to get the Lexi as low as possible.
Wow, got the natural line, nice.
Yeah.
It's the blue Omega off with just for 2 though.
Yeah.
Had the ancestral, fascinating.
He can breaking skills here.
Oh, he can.
And he will. Yep, he
Wow,
will.
good read.
Yeah, like it's pretty like when a Katsu player sort of breaks Hardened Cross Trap, you know they're not really gambling on you blocking or not.
They know they're hitting
Yeah,
this turn, whether
more
you
or
like
less.
it or not.
Yeah, more or less they have sort of like the natural combo line in hand. So right now, I believe on this hit, he's probably gonna look for a bond.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But he gets a card draw from the ancestral as well as Guswave itself.
Yeah.
So plenty of cards in hand to fuel this turn.
And he has 3 cards behind, so he's keeping the chain links alive.
Yeah.
Mask is still alive.
And Lexi is gonna have to respect that the Dishonor gonna follow this up, and that on-hit trigger will be allowed to turn off her hero ability permanently.
Depends, because the on-hit only matters if you have Surging, Descendant, Gustwave.
Oh, it has to be
It
Descendant,
has to be Descendant. It can't be Whelming.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, so the fact that he doesn't have Descendant could mean that there's no Dishonor trigger unless he sort of high rolls and draws it.
Yeah, right.
Naturally.
That's crazy.
Yeah, then that would be pretty gross.
I think he'd be pretty happy with the 4 attack from Dishonor at this point.
So he's just gonna banish the Fluster Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just 4 damage, right? Taking the Dishonor sort of means you have to cash in your Breeze Rider Boots, which isn't ideal because he hasn't blocked with it yet.
Wow.
Yep.
Damage this turn is 4, 8, 12.
Yeah. So with
16 damage with 4 cards, we can get to keep 1 to Arsenal as well. Pretty powerful turn from Katsu.
Yeah, and he still has 2 cards in hand. So if you block right now, he can still threaten Mask Trigger.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he still threatens the Mask Trigger.
Do you think he might try and weave some Kadachis into this turn now that he's got extra cards to work with?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So if the Lexi player, she's breaking the breezies.
So he's gonna go again on the Fluster Fist. So he's gonna have a different attack after the Fluster Fist. Probably not a Kadachi, probably a whole other attack action. Maybe an Lightning Strike?
It doesn't give a Lightning Strike go again. It only gives Katsu combo.
Right, but it's giving his Fluster Fist go again to maybe end the turn with a Lightning Strike, that's what I'm suggesting.
If Ivan's breaking the Breeze Rider Boots, I'm pretty sure his boots is gonna get like 12 points of value.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he probably has like 2 other 4 attacks in hand.
Lexi blocking, denying the Mask Trigger.
Yeah.
Another Fluster Fist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Another 4.
Yeah. And he probably has.
Yep. A snatch! Yep. Oh wow, what a turn!
Yep. So breaking
the card draw.
Breaking the Breeze Rider Boots to get like 12 points of value, I believe is correct.
Which he got, he got 8 plus the card draw from the snatch is definitely 11 to 12 points of value.
Is
crazy. A massive life lead with a card in Arsenal. Lexi's next turn is gonna be pretty anemic.
Yeah. Does have the 3 of a kind.
Okay. So we with the little RNG could have stream to give a real turn.
But without Rain Razors, you know that it's probably about 14 damage.
Yeah, she have Rain Razors in hand, but unable to play this turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so this turn's gonna be a decent bit of damage.
Yeah.
But not enough. No disruption, like we said. Not actually threatening to.
No real disruption. Arctic Incarceration, and it's a 2+. It's a 2.
Yeah. So having to pitch the Rain Razor to play at the Heat Seeker.
Yeah, the Katsu player is just gonna take it. At 13, any line in the combo does 13 damage.
Yeah.
So the Katsu player just needs to sort of find the surging.
Yeah. And we'll be able to easily rip Lexi's entire hand.
Yeah.
That Sleep Dark is a bit of a problem, but without Tunic being able to play that for free, it's you have to keep a whole card to play it out. In that case, the 2-card 5 and on hit, Katsu can beat that, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Sleep
see.
Dart does have important text.
What card is this? What are they
Spinning Wheel
playing?
Kick.
Spinning Wheel Kick, okay.
It's a 1-for-4 with combo.
Did that go again?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, it's a so usually when the Katsu plays out an attack, right, he probably has Surging in hand, from my experience.
Really?
And he's just trying to get a free Katsu trigger.
Which he's gonna get here.
Yeah. Hopefully he does have the Surging, or he has the Descendant in hand, and he's gonna look for the bond.
Oh, right. So just go
Yeah,
descendant right into
yeah.
bonds. Who needs a surgeon?
Yeah, usually the first attack is a sort of filler attack.
Yeah.
It's like free.
Yeah.
So usually people don't block the first attack because people only block surging. Yeah,
Mhm.
people only block surging.
Lexi's deck, has damage that can beat Katsu, but does not have the defensive tools, not the equipment, no D react
It's
to manage these awkward breakpoints
Mm.
of 4. So Katsu's gonna have a really easy time getting in these master triggers to have some consistency in this matchup.
it's a very choice decision to block with one card and take the 1 damage.
Maybe you'd rather save that card to fully block out a master
Yeah.
trigger later down the
Yeah,
line.
or maybe he's just baiting out the Katsu trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to bait out the Katsu
Get some
triggers.
information.
Yeah, see what's actually coming from the turn and then evaluate whether he needs to actually block.
What do you think like his avenue for victory here is this game? How could you supposed to get back in this game? Because in my mind, Katsu's so far ahead. He's got complete control of the tempo. Life totals are nice and low.
Yeah,
Wow,
she
getting the
does search for the
bond, has the
bonds.
gust wave. Does Lexi have a chance? Is there anything she can do to get back in this game?
I think she does have like the thing about Lexi is that she has 3 husks.
Yeah.
So she can choose to play a mid-rangey game.
So we need to wait to find those
Yeah.
river kinds, you think?
Yeah.
Block out a lot, wait
Yeah.
to find these power cards that give her a lot of a small hand.
Yeah. With the on hits like Sleep Dart, if she can send the Sleep Dart, it demands a 2-card block.
That's pretty
Because
good.
then Katsu can't Katsu, which is pretty good.
Katsu might throw the mark on the sleep darts. The 3-card hand's good enough. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Bond Advance is coming in with waiting to see what he's going to banish here. Could do Foster Fist again.
Mm-hmm.
Or Dishonor. Probably Foster Fist.
Well, he only has 1 Dishonor left.
So hold on to that.
Spinning Wheel Kick is pretty good.
Oh, Spinning Wheel
He
Kick?
does take the
Nice.
Spinning Wheel Kick. So that he can Kodachi, and if he has a blue in hand, he can Kodachi, Spinning Wheel Kick, and it's a master
Right, the
trigger.
Master Trigger again. Oh, gosh.
Just ripping cards out of the Lexi's hand.
Yeah, really trying to maximize.
Yeah. So in
just
this
making
game,
the Lexi's life as awkward as possible.
Yeah, Ivan is playing a very masterful game of Katsu.
Yeah, really great work from him.
Yeah, understanding when to push damage, when to pressure the Lexi player.
Haven't even seen any particular power cards. No Art of Wars, nothing too crazy. Just like
Yeah.
a bunch of. It's just a deck full
just
of
good
commons and
damage.
rares beating over his opponent.
I think it's also partly because of the first turn. Like,
Yeah.
just going for the damage the first turn.
Have that 7 life lead really helped.
Yeah, and baiting out and filling up his graveyard with like a density of bonds triggers.
So we had a lot
Really,
of options, a lot of roads to walk
Yeah,
out. Oh, and then a
yeah,
snatch! This also has a master trigger.
Yeah. No, yeah, it doesn't master trigger.
Blocking 4.
Yeah.
Okay, but losing the equipment pieces. Does Lexi have any cards in hand? No, it's drawing straight back up, going right back to
The
Katsu.
thing about Katsu is he does. Sorry, the Katsu deck does have a propensity to brick. Yeah.
But bricking for Katsu typically looks like a maximum of about 8 to 10 damage, or just in awkward numbers, which isn't good, but is enough to actually threaten some cards out of Lexi's hand here because the life totals are so low. I believe Lexi is about 9 life.
Yeah, we're trying to get the life total fixed.
Yeah.
Ooh, drawing to natural 100 wins.
Natural 100 wins. 3 going into 4 go again. Yeah, good luck trying to block that master trigger.
If this hits, he can look for the 3rd one.
And have a 0 for 5?
Yeah.
Seems good.
I believe he doesn't have any in graveyard.
Yeah.
He shuffled it back, so he does have the 3rd 100 wins in deck. So he
Gonna
can
take the
go for it.
1.
Yeah.
Do you think what he goes for here?
0 for 5 go again is very good.
Hard to complain about that.
0 for 5 go again is very good.
You're right.
I don't see a world where he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katsu is, I believe, in the driver's seat as of now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Lexi's got to really hope to have. I think ideally, like a 1-card hand that disrupts, like an Arctic Incarceration.
Yeah.
Good to get back in this game.
Yeah.
But besides that, it's gonna be really hard to block out here. All these awkward numbers is just not what Lexi's prepared to deal with. You want to be the aggressor, have the tempo, and control opponent that way.
Yeah.
Free blocking, it's just a game of attrition.
Yep. Get the score.
And then follow up with the 3rd and final snatch. Good lord. Lexi can't give up New Horizon to block this. There's no way. Really tough spot to be in. Could consider giving it up, but if you do, this game is basically over. New Horizon is the only way to set up a powerful turn to
the Katsu
pivot.
is
Gonna take the 1 here.
He has no choice.
I think so.
Yeah, he has no choice. The thing about he draws 2.
Yeah, from the mask as well. Get some choice in what the arsenal. Very good. Hopefully we can get the last little for you guys shortly.
Yeah. I believe the Lexi should be on
Around like 6 or 5.
6, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's 5.
Yeah.
Low enough where almost every hit is threatening lethal to put them in the Kadachi lock.
Yeah, and Katsu, I think...
Is that 11? But I'm not sure.
Yeah, it should be at 15.
Or maybe 15. Yeah.
15.
Starting off with a red surging. Oh, it's yellow, actually. It's 4. Yeah. No, it was. Following up. And a Razor Reflex! That'll be game. Yeah, that's it. Enough damage to close it out there. Simple done. It was pretty close there. Left are pretty low. We had a little glitch there, losing the life totals. And the cheeky Razor Reflex, how many copies do you think he runs out of in his deck? It's nice to close out games, but
it's probably a one-off.
1 cost +3, pretty awkward. Enough to close it out, though. Wow. Yeah. Great work from the Katsu side. Didn't win the die roll. Having to go first. Didn't see on their first turn a Surging Strike. Kind of bit of a low roll game on the Katsu side, but just consistent damage was enough to get there.
I mean, he did draw a pretty gas hand.
Yeah.
Like turn 0. He did like 7 damage.
Right, getting that free damage in turn 0, punishing Lexi for the greed for activating Voltaire, which they do every time, but in that case, the cost was so great.
Yeah, 7 damage is a lot in an aggro mirror. Like, if the Lexi had 7 damage on any turn prior, like, if she just had the 7 extra health, right, she could have just hit back with the Sleep Dart.
Yeah,
at any point in the game and probably come back.
Yeah, really sudden end there, Shana. It would ended with just a Razor Reflex closing it out. Pretty anticlimactic, but left over was so low. There's any number of ways it could end.
15 to 3 at the end.
Yeah. Lexi never really got a chance to get control of the game because all of her on hits were just value, right? And some of them weren't even good. There was the card that puts the card on top of the deck into their arsenal, plunking up Heatseeker, giving them 2 face-up arrows into the arsenal when they don't have access to Snapdragon Scalers. Really clunky. I think that was probably the death knell for Lexi.
Yeah. But in these matchups, it's usually a big I feel it's like a big fight for tempo.
Definitely.
Whichever deck can push the deck, like whichever hero can push the other person to like below 20 health, sort of has a good hold on the tempo.
Yeah. But and Katsu is always the first one setting the new minimum tier for life, rather than having to be the one to meet their opponent's life total. So doing a really good job.
And Bonds is a card.
Got it. Yeah. Bonds is a card. Wow.
Yeah.
It was. Oh, and man, Breeze Rider Boots. We see the first episode of Breeze Rider Boots pop off today. We have Fluster Fist into Fluster Fist into Snatch. I mean, that was crazy value.
Compared to the previous days, Katsu, the Breeze Rider Boots did get 12.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Ivan is a master. That was a great game.
Yeah, Ivan is very good on Katsu.
Yeah.
So he is currently X2, one more game away from securing his slot.
Well, there's only one more round.
Yeah,
so, X and I think almost every X and 3 will make top 8. So I'm pretty sure Ivan is locked at this point. Now we're just fighting for top standings. Top seed, which is really important in this game, especially for Katsu.
Yeah, if Katsu gets if Katsu is top seed, it matters a lot because the die roll in an aggro mirror, it matters.
Yeah. So hopefully we get to see. We'll have the standings soon, but for now, we're going to take a quick break. Actually, it'll be a bit of a longer break because that was a really fast game. About 35 minutes until we have round 12 for you guys. So take a bit of a break, rest up. Back here with round 12 shortly. Ready. See you guys.
All right, and we're back with the last and final round before we cut to the top 8. So the next match will be a Lexi mirror.
I'm so excited for this. Lexi Mirror is one of my favorite matches in the current metagame. It's one of the most interactive aggro mirrors where it's really about, you do have to draw the correct sequence of cards, but it's about playing around your opponent's on-hit triggers and knowing when you have to block, because you do have to block a lot in this matchup. If you want to come out on top. It's not just a matter of playing up the hands as you draw them. It's setting up big 5 to 6 card hands, and yeah. So what players have we got for this Lexi Mirror?
For this Lexi mirror, it's an interesting one. It's the reigning national champion,
Yeah,
Gordon Cole on Lexi, and Fei on Lexi as well.
We've seen a lot of him
both
this weekend.
Very good players. It'll be interesting, right? I always feel like the Lexi mirror sort of comes down to whoever can get that one card advantage in the arsenal.
Right.
Whoever can hold the 3 arrow turns the longest.
So who can push through the heat seeker, exactly. Who can keep maintaining that pressure.
Yeah.
It's also worth noting, I'm pretty sure that Sensei isn't running Tunic. If Gordon Co is, in my opinion, that's a considerable advantage for him in this mirror, right?
I feel like the Tunic is pretty big. The
matchup goes pretty long. You can go to have these like 16 turn-ish games where you're going to activate Tunic a number of times. And that's going to just unlock even wider turns where instead of having to pitch a card to pay for an effect, you got to keep that card in arsenal.
Also, it plays into like the blocking, sort of like blocking critical on hits. Because then you can block with your whole hand.
Yeah.
And then Tunic to 3 of a kind.
Got it.
Or Tunic to fire an arrow. Right? So yeah, all the little intricacies in this matchup are what makes it fun to watch.
Yeah, really, really cool. Really, really cool. We'll be hopping up to the players in just a moment. I think they're just sideboarding right now, but we'll have that for you real soon.
Lexi mirrors are full of intricacies.
Yeah, definitely.
When to block.
What do you think are the most important arrows that really demand a block? Right. What draws your attention in that the cards that you would have to have a really good turn to be able to let the on-hit trigger through?
Well,
a couple come to mind for me.
Yeah, I think for me it's like Heat Seeker, Withering Shot.
Yes.
Sedation Shot.
Yeah, Withering Shot and Sedation Shot, man. If you take the Withering Shot arrow to have a big pivot turn, the frailty in itself kind of undoes that impact if you're trying to go wide.
Yeah, it definitely does.
And Sedation Shot, it's contextual. It depends on like if you're able to play up your whole hand with that inertia token. Doesn't do a whole lot for you. Does do it for your opponent rather. But sometimes that inertia token represents you losing 2 cards to set up. So
just removing the ability to set up. Of course, there are counter plays like Codex plays, right? And then you stack the Ponder trigger after the inertia trigger. Yeah, that's one. Maybe like a empty arsenal Bolton Shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Or a Puffing Helix.
Something that I've had a hard time with in this new format is the Endless Arrow. It felt a lot more impactful when we had access to Bullseye Braces. And now that we don't have that in the format anymore, it is a very important card to block, but I find myself letting it through a lot more now.
Yeah, because you only know
representing another attack.
You only know it's 3 arrows, right?
Yeah.
It'll be relevant if it's like the last arrow and they have no more cards in hand, and you don't want them to get like a 3 arrow turn again the next turn.
Gordon Co here sporting the tunics, we know that for sure. He's got that advantage over the opponent. Oh, and that's right, Sensei is running the Quiver of Abyssal Depths, which I don't think will impact this matchup too much. And Gordon Co does have the Rustling Leaves again, giving him a greater ceiling, more damage potential. I think it's gonna matter a lot.
Yeah, it's a very interesting differences in deck building.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I also think
extremely differences.
Yeah,
big difference.
I think Hornet Sting is a great choice here compared to something like Crackerjacks, for example.
Yeah,
that one block is going to really help tie up a breakpoint later in the game, like a Puffing Helix, a Bolton Shot,
also,
that sort of thing.
Also, kind of sets up your big 3 of a kind turns.
Yeah.
Shows you if you have an arrow coming up or not, and even if it's not an arrow, it goes to the bottom of the deck. So if you 3 of a kind, you don't draw into like a Codex or like a non-attack action that you can't use, right?
Totally.
Yeah, I've seen some lists where they try to like block more in the Lexi mirror and try to like sort of like fatigue. I don't know about that.
I would never use the word fatigue in the Lexi mirror, but decks that are built towards blocking. Oh, wait,
but he does have the
tunic. He's just opting not to run it into his opponent's Katsu deck for the Warmonger Diplomacy. Very interesting. Okay. So this matchup is going to be a bit closer than I expected.
I'm pretty sure they have very similar lists, like 1 or 2 card differences, because they are very I believe they're very good friends.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
they practice together a lot. They play in the same army, so they probably bounce ideas around
Yeah.
with each other. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Bit of a grudge match.
yeah,
That'll just be who's the goat.
yeah.
I saw that Yuki Lee Bender is a big fan of she always has been, but Lightning Press, she was talking
Yeah.
about on Twitter
Yeah.
lately. Do you know if they run that card in the slip, they can be really powerful for pushing through these important on-hit triggers we were just talking about.
I'm not sure if they have it, but I think it'd be pretty good to have.
It feels
Yeah.
great in the mirror. It doesn't block, which we talked about is really important, but getting through that on-hit trigger to overcome its defenses seems like a pretty great effect to me. Maybe just like a couple copies.
Yeah.
Could be fun.
One
to
or
see.
two.
Yeah. Righty,
So,
we're just getting started now.
cutting
Die roll is
decks.
important for this matchup too as well. So we've got a 9 for Fee Sensei.
It's like the first time we see a high roll.
Yeah.
And
They get the same roll? I think that's a
7.
Okay, so it looks like Fee Sensei's getting to choose. Curious what
Would you go first or second?
I'm a big fan of going first in the mirror, but second, there's cases for both. It's a little in dispute for me. I'm not entirely sure. I typically go first though. Try and set up a 6-card hand, and if they do try and set up a big arsenal, try and punish them for it.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what Fee Sensei's trick. He's chosen to go first. Great. Which is a bit unusual because in Lexi I almost always want to go second.
Yeah.
Very few matchups where going first is a great choice because of the weird nature of Voltaire.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh wow, I'm so excited.
It's been a while. I haven't watched many Lexi mirrors.
Yeah. It's a popular deck, but it hasn't been so much of a big meta share that we're getting a ton of mirrors, which is cool.
These two players are locked, I think, for top 8.
Right, they're fighting for higher seed.
Yeah,
which
it's about the seeding, which matters.
a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
So pitching the Sleep Dart and loading in the Remorseless.
Sleep Dart, super powerful arrow in this matchup, but when you're going first and they don't have a face down card yet, it's not doing anything for you at all. So just pitch it, hope for later.
I do like Sleep Dart in the mirror.
I love it too. Yeah, just not on turn 0.
It demands 2-card block most of the time if they have a face down card.
Yeah, really frustrating.
Yeah, with no trench, they can't sink it away, so it clogs up the arsenal. Very good card. So double arsenal, and then Gordon returning with a ball with Morseless for 5.
Yeah, this is a powerful card. It's you can there's no disruption on the hit. It's purely just numbers. And if you do the calculation, all right, how many acts am I going to play next turn? Is it worth it to play? How much value am I giving them? Does having Feast Sensei have the Remorseless on his own kind of makes that kind of you can meet that parity. It's not too bad. But it looks like he's.
But most of the time,
blocking here.
Remorseless in the mirror, I think, is just like at most it's like 3 damage.
Yeah.
I think it's not like a ninja, like ninjas who go like 7 wide. Yeah.
I think he's got too many arrows in his hand. He's going to choose to block here to make sure you're getting full value from all of his cards.
Yep. Blocking with a Heatseeker though, so
you're one of the better arrows. I'm surprised you that.
Probably too many 1-cost cards in his hand.
Yeah,
and
right.
He can't play out. That's the problem with all these Lexi lists is the abundance of good cards, and then you have all these big 1-cost arrows.
Drill shot, another one, pretty clunky to see. Again, not the most demanding on hit, but if you want to have access to that blocking on the gloves later, demanding some attention.
Oof.
Okay,
blocks, place the Codex.
He's pitched the Codex to Voltaire first, loading nothing to have 1 resource floating, so he can load a 1-cost arrow from the Codex.
Codex of Frailty is huge because you create a Frailty token on the opponent's side of the field, and you get a Ponder, so you are up a card.
Unconditional Frailty, but he also gets to recur the Withering Shot
that he blocked with
another Frailty.
So it plays perfectly into his plan, which we said, right? Like the key cards are Withering Shot, key arrows. Yeah, key cards in the mirror also are the Codexes.
Yeah, for sure, right.
Seeing the Codexes have a lot of power.
Yeah, definitely. Mirrors. It feels a bit redundant to say because it's good in every matchup. But
especially in the mirror.
Yeah, right. The toolbox nature of it is really cool.
But the Withering Shot has no Gogen, so it is coming in for 5, and he does have 1 Frailty and 3 cards to work with.
Another Withering Shot. So this early game
for 4.
Because of the opponent's we could choose to cash in the Hornet Sting here. If he has a good enough hand. I do see a Rain Razors in there, so it's possible to have that 6-card hand.
Oh, blocking with the CNC and the Hornet Sting early.
Well, he's got a Rain Razors in hand, so CNC isn't going to do a lot this time.
Potent Shot is huge if he has Rain Razors, and he has 2 Potent Shots. So this could be a big turn.
Alrighty. I wonder what the face down card is. Does he have 2 arrows, or does he have a non-attack action? Alright, so he's gonna use a Snapdragon Scaler this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Now he could be bluffing another arrow in Arsenal. It could be another Rain Razors, but most likely it's another arrow. Man, Rain Razors this turn could be buffing 4 arrows, could be 8 value card.
Yeah, 0 for 8's very good.
Would put him really far ahead in this game if he has access to that. There are on Remorseless here, probably isn't doing a whole lot because I think it's likely Gordon Co blocks out every single card this turn.
Yeah.
But still, it's just a body that Gordon Co has to block, so not bad.
Yeah, it's at worst it's coming in for 5 damage. Five is big.
Yeah,
5,
definitely.
and potential Snapdragon. So
and Tunic's on 3 as well, so definitely gonna have the resources to.
He could take this if he knows he's blocking out. He could take this and try to block out like assuming like he has to have like a good read.
Yeah.
Like if he knows like there's a Rain Ranger, it's sort of like you won't cash in your Snapdragons for nothing. You're trying to clear your arsenal for something.
Yeah, right, to get some value. But because it's a Rain Racer's turn, I expect it would be happy to cash it in here.
Yeah. Of course.
Just had a question in chat. Is this the last round of Swift? This is the final round of Swift.
This is the last round.
So after this, we'll be going to top 8 3 rounds of Classic Constructed.
Yep.
So Rain Racer going in, and the Snappies. Halving Helix. Less good without the Snapdragon Scalers available to use that reload, but still, a 0 for 4.
Yeah.
Another Bolton shot. First activation of Voltaire for the turn. So if he has the next arrow, he will have 4 arrows this turn. Coming in for 7, not 5. There we go.
So at least it's at worst it's coming. The Rain Ranger is 0 for 6. Yeah. And I think in these sort of matchups, you want to cash in your Rain Rangers as much as possible because it's gonna be every point of health definitely matters.
Yeah. Only 3 arrows this turn, so just 6 value from the Rain Razors, as well as no on hits. You didn't force through a infecting shot or anything, so it was still a good turn, but it wasn't the incredible turn that you would really want out of that.
Yeah.
Gordon Co is still very much in this game. Going to come in with a Withering shot and lose 1 life from the Remorseless did hit.
Yes.
You're going to lose 1 life from that, running a Frailty token on hit.
Yeah, Frailty arrows are very, very, very annoying.
We're just seeing the value of Tunic here. If you have to and wouldn't have an Arsenal card. This is the clear use case of Tunic in the matchup. Oh my gosh. 3 of a kind.
Heat.
He had no Arsenal this turn, but 3 of a kind's going to give him access to enough cards to be able to present at least 2 arrows.
2 arrows and an Arsenal, so...
Yeah, getting him squarely back into
he is in the driver's seat right now. Tempo. It's now whether about holding the tempo. Yeah, because Gordon could very well draw into his own power turn. Yeah,
Gordon drawing some ice cuts he's blocking with. He's just blocking everything this turn.
Yep. It's about like just blocking and trying to find windows where you can hit back.
Yeah. No disruption from Feast and Say here, but I don't think Gordon's turn was good enough to warrant taking all that damage, right?
Yeah.
If you're taking a bunch of damage to try and get tempo, it has to be something that's really impactful to your opponent.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a credit of his own too, which is gonna make his opponent's life difficult.
Yeah, the thing about this is when you play Codex, it sort of enables the opponent's 3 arrow turn because right now, Funfei only possibly could load 2 arrows.
Yeah. Right. And Endless Arrow isn't even a great 0 cost to get here because the on hit trigger isn't that relevant when you already have a Ponder token from the Codex. Yeah.
So it's sort of
kind of like I don't know.
But
as Codexes go, it's not fantastic.
Yeah. It's hitting back, right? And the Frailty token does matter in the matchup.
Definitely.
It does. So
did you see what arrow Feast and Say grabbed there? I missed that.
Check.
We'll find out in a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Gordon Co arseling one of his cards. I'm not sure which one. And Lexi's gonna flip over. CNC is what they recurred. Nice. That's a really good choice because the -1 from Frailty isn't that impactful.
Yeah.
On a CNC, 6 and 5.
Yeah.
Basically the same.
Still takes 2 cards, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
First off, a drill shot coming in for 3. Pretty easy block here in my opinion. Yeah. But once you come into blocking this, you're also blocking the CNC. So if he wants to keep any cards, he needs to choose to block the CNC instead.
Okay, so he chooses not to block the drill shot.
Yeah.
So this could be a big turn for Gordon.
Yeah. Let's see how he's blocking here.
But the CNC definitely puts a wrench in those plans.
Yeah, hopefully, I'm anticipating as a 3 of a kind then, if he's willing to operate on a 2-card hand or a 2 to 3 card hand.
Yeah.
Speaks to me that you want to fire off 2 arrows, and one of the best ways to do that is going to be a.
Yep.
He's looking at his graveyard, which maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's got a codex instead, actually, and he's checking his targets.
Yeah, it's very telling when
Yeah,
they look at their graveyard. When they look at the graveyard, you know, sort of.
Blocking with a Heat Seeker and your shot.
Mm.
Yes, there we go. Like I said, there's a 3 of a kind.
Yeah. Drawing 2 3 of a kind is kind of clunky though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel all that great.
Got the Endless and Arsenal. Pitching a blue. Let's hope he found 2 arrows. If he did, it's gonna be pretty.
He did. So 4 go again.
On hit, lose a life. Not the biggest on hit trigger, but Sensei could try and maintain tempo if he let this hit.
Yeah. If he has a big crack back,
deal.
It'll be pretty good.
Yeah. If I want to block an arrow this turn, I'd prefer to block the Endless over the Searing Shot. So.
Yeah. Deny the Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty likely lets this through, which he does.
Oh.
Sleep Dart. He had the face down arrow. Okay, now we found the arrow we have to block. Oh.
Yeah, Sleep Dart.
Great card.
Unless it's a Falcon Wing.
There's a couple cards that you could let this hit for, and it sounds like he's gonna let it hit. So you're right. Maybe he has a buff card or a Falcon Wing in Arsenal.
Ooh, he blocks with the Arctic Incarceration.
Like we said, denying the draw on hit, keeping his opponent on 4 cards next turn.
Oh yeah, okay, you have to. Okay, that makes sense.
Arctic Incarceration really good.
That makes a lot of sense.
4 cards, axing his resources next turn. Flip that on hit doesn't matter. He's gonna wait for his opportunity. This game is. I feel like Gordon has really clawed his way back into this game. Obviously, the tax here is bad, but he has Tunic up. There's a lot of ways he can pace through this turn and still present a relevant turn. This is a close one right now for sure. I think Gordon needs to find a 5-card hand setup. If he's just playing these 4-card hands backwards,
he needs to try to set up. I feel a big, not big, but like at least a 3-arrow Rainmaker turn.
Yeah.
Sort of like pull away.
Yeah.
Pull away.
I think Gordon really wants to find his next codex of.
Yeah, but equal.
He just passed the turn.
No blue. No blue is pretty bad.
Never mind. Remember what I said about this game being close? This is now firmly Fee Sensei's game. That Arctic Incarceration. The word Time Walk is thrown around a lot in Flesh and Blood. That was an actual Time Walk.
Yeah.
He got all that tempo for free, basically.
Sometimes you just don't draw the blue.
Yeah.
What can you do about it, right?
Right, flipping up an Infecting Shot. Hopefully he actually has a turn he can present. Okay, again, not a very powerful turn from Fee Sensei. Just asking for 2 cards from his opponent. Not bad, but not 3 arrows.
Yeah, I guess he's opting to set up more.
Yeah.
Set up a huge turn, right?
Yeah.
It's very telling. It seems like he does have some sort of non-attack action or 3 of a kind that he is gonna arsenal, because you wouldn't arsenal 2 arrows without Snapdragon Scalers.
Gordon is keeping a 3-card hand, but he also blocked with a CNC, which is probably the best 2-card hand you could ask for. I'm expecting maybe a second CNC in this hand, because that would be a very tempting keep, or no blues. If Fee Sensei is setting up a 6-card hand, I would want to keep that CNC. So I'm a little surprised.
Oh, he's pitching the Rainmakers.
River of Abyssal Depths. Okay, what do you get back here? You want to keep some targets for your future character frailties to.
You know what does this tell me that he has? He has another Rainmakers.
It does. He has a 3rd Rainmakers in hand. You're right.
It does tell me that he has multiple Rainmakers and he just didn't have the resources to sort of play out the turn, right?
So he's just setting up.
Yeah.
Pitching one for later, shuffling in. You know, keeping your threat density high is nice, but the impact it have on the game is I would say minimal.
Gordon blocking with the 2-3 blocks there tells me that his hand doesn't have any other 3 blocks.
Yeah, exactly. So Fee Sensei is shuffling in 3 arrows with different names, which you have to do with Abyssal Depths. He went Endless Arrow, Remorseless, and Withering Shot. I think those are great choices. I really like the arrow that puts the card from top of your deck into your arsenal, but sounds like he's opted to get some more relevant on hit triggers. Yeah, Heat Seeker.
I think it's fine because he doesn't have the Snapdragons anymore, right? So it is a bit of a risk to Heat Seeker.
Yeah. So
and it clogs, like shooting multiple Heat Seekers sort of clogs up your arsenal anyway. So
Gordon flipping over an Arctic here.
I guess he could opt to stymie the turn with a Arctic. Ooh, chooses not to. Okay.
Pretty good. You're demanding 3 cards from your opponent if they want to deny the on-hit trigger, so I like this play a lot.
I guess this play is alright. Like you see what Funfei does, right? So
Because
if he blocks, you don't snap, you don't commit the Arctic, you save
Yeah.
it for next turn.
Well, he chose go again with a Volta.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, he loaded?
Yeah.
Okay.
He used Tunic to load.
Okay. So
he has all the power in the world, right? He has the opportunity to just wait and decide later on, am I going to try and if you block with 3 cards, just hold on to the Arctic. You don't need it yet.
Yeah.
Arsenal the Endless Arrow, use Snapdragon Scales to play
Yep.
out your hand next turn. If he doesn't block, punish him with the Arctic, Arsenal the Endless Arrow,
Yep.
make your life miserable. I think the right play from Feast and Say here is probably to block. Because Arctic Incarceration, unless he has 3 of a kind.
his Tunic is on 3 though, so
Yeah.
if he has 3 of a kind, it's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine.
It doesn't look like he does. So he's gonna take the damage here, get the infecting shot, and then Gordon will then play the Arctic Incarceration. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Very heads up.
I think
Very
with
good.
Tunic gone from Feast and Say side, I think he wants to try and make this game go as long as possible to have the value he's getting out of Tunic his opponent isn't getting to multiply over many turns.
He's going to pitch 2.
Pitching 3 to flip
Pitch
up.
4.
Remote. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
interesting choice not to keep the Rain Razors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think he's setting it up for a later turn, right? If he couldn't use it very well right then, he just had a bunch of pumps in hand.
Yep.
He's gonna pitch it and wait for a go wide turn.
Yeah, so both returning with their form of buffed Endless Arrow.
Coming for 7 on hit, he'll get a Ponder and get the Endless Arrow back to hand to attack with it again.
Probably just pitch it to fire the
Infecting shot.
Infecting shot, maybe.
This on hit, I don't know. This is contextual. If you want to block it and how good Gordon's hand is. If he had like a Rain Racer's turn, I think this is a pretty easy to go through and wait for something more relevant. But
yeah, the thing about but you know what Gordon has in Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's an Endless Arrow, right? So ideally, I think you want to rip cards out of his hand, and then deny the Arsenal and just build to your three card hand.
Yeah.
So I can't and you don't know what Funfei has in hand.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Ooh, he opts to block with the Tunic.
All right. This game's not going for too much longer. I don't think he's doing much more. And then infecting shot. Will he deny the Ponder token? No, he's gonna take it.
Takes the 5, goes down to 20.
Feast and Say will get a Ponder, and we'll be able to Arsenal card.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming he resolves the Ponder before the Blood Rod to see if he can get the blue. Takes the 2.
Nah, taking
so
the
it's
2.
a good card, I guess.
Yeah.
And now Gordon has a 3 card hand that he can crack back with. So
Endless Arrow and Arsenal. They have a blue and a 1-cost arrow. Hopefully. Or a 3 kind. Would be ideal here, probably.
the game is played very mid-rangey.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Which is
this
matchup.
Ooh.
Bunch of pumps.
Endless for 10.
I don't know. This is...
I can see Funfei just blocking with his Tunic,
Yeah.
giving 3 cards, and then Arctic, but it looks like he wants to block with the Arctic. I think Arctic is a pretty big time walk here.
Yeah, this probably isn't ideal for Gordon. I don't know. The on-hit trigger on Endless is good, but this wasn't the damage you'd be hoping for.
Blocking with 2 cards just shouts 3 of kind.
Yeah.
To me.
No, I agree. You're getting kick value from his Endless Arrow, though. Keeping the alpha nice and full. You're right. Here we go. Got the Endless. I got the 3 of a kind, rather. It's kind of fall behind in life a little bit. Needs to draw in the Forever Kind to be good to regain some tempo here. Withering Shot is a fantastic draw. Shuffling that back in with a Quiver earlier is paying dividends right now.
Yeah. Withering Shot does sort of take away a card on his offense.
So kind of forcing opponent to block 6. Same this mid-range game. Because Feast and Saves are low enough life total that Gordon at some point can choose to no block a turn and try and just threaten 16 damage and whittle your opponent down. But in this instance, on-hit triggers are demanding enough that he's able to gun. Remorseless is fine. Very likely he lets us through though, if his hand's good enough. Okay, blocking 3, taking 2. Endless and Arsenal, the other card, is it another pump?
Looks like it. Does look like it, but
that'd be a lot of pumps. He's going back to
yeah.
back if that's true.
Yeah, but Funfei goes down to 9, which is
Since he's down to 9, and his opponent has the Snapdragon Scalers up, which is a lot of potential for a massive swing turn in this matchup. A good pivot is available to Gordon still. But he's just passing turn, not even firing the Endless. He's setting up a 6-card hand. Season taking it back in the game here. Right, give him the +3 and ponder on hit to fire for the turn. How good are his arrows? Man, Codex would be so good in this turn if you can find it.
Frailty Trap.
Frailty Trap. Spicy Mirror Tech. Pitching a red though. This is I would consider this not ideal for Fee Sensei having to pitch the red.
7.
Gonna create a ponder token.
The Codex will be huge here.
Yeah, which I'm hoping he had if he's got one last card in hand. Only one card play he can make. Oh, he's got 2 cards in hand. I see. But okay, right. Right about the Codex.
Huge. Oh.
CNC's. Oh
my goodness.
God.
Huge.
Fee Sensei's on another level, man.
Huge.
I tell you what.
Huge. Blue fatigue shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gordon Code giving 2 cards to keep the cards in Arsenal, but he's got a frailty. He's got a frailty token, so his turn is really limited. Wow, what a tight game he's got right now. No one's really pulled ahead.
Okay.
Okay, 3 of a kind. Does he have a face? If he has 2 arrows in Arsenal right now, this is fantastic for Gordon. Use the snappies now to have a 4-card, a 4-arrow turn.
We haven't seen a Rain Raiders from Gordon's side.
That's very true. Maybe he has it here. Maybe he's not revealing it yet.
Coming in for 3 though.
Yeah, very easy 1-card block, but could get punished big time by a Rain Raiders in Arsenal. Definitely gonna Snapdragon Scalers there.
He does, Funfei does know that he chose to Arsenal the card. Ooh, no snap.
No block.
Okay.
And he has the Rain Raiders. Yep. This is gonna be a massive turn.
Yep.
Oh no.
2 more arrows coming in.
With +2. But minus 1 from Frailty, thank God. Pitching a red though.
Has the blue.
Okay, cool. Endless arrow for 5.
Yep. Blocks it out.
Yep, easy 2-card block here. Now, do you have a 1-cost arrow that will attack for 6 here?
Ooh.
He didn't find another arrow, but he got it off the quiver.
Ooh, it still comes in for 3, so...
Easy 1-card block. Man, that turn could have been a lot worse for Fee Sensei. I don't want to say he got lucky there, but no 1-cost arrow.
The game
no
is...
1-cost red is very fortunate. And he has his own 3 of a kind! Wow!
What a very close game. Very, very close game.
Wow, that is so crazy. Now, does he have the arrows?
Oh, Heat Seeker.
Heat Seeker's pretty dangerous here. Just a vanilla 5 damage is half of your remaining life total.
He is threatening. He is threatening like three arrows this turn. So,
but if you're just worried about damage, do you wait and try and block out?
Oof.
Like an infecting shot next, right?
Or frailty.
Or
withering shot.
Yeah,
withering shot.
Shuffle back.
Yeah, withering shot.
Okay, so he's giving him a frailty token.
Ooh.
With the defense reaction.
Frailty
That's massive.
Pretty big.
Okay, loading Voltaire for a 2nd time.
What could it be? Chooses not to load.
Reconsidering. Yeah, we've got plenty of time in the round. Don't rush it.
Probably thinking on +1 or Fire and Arsenal, I assume. Okay, +1.
Coming in for
4.
3, because he's gonna go again rather than +1 due to the frailty.
Yep. 3. Ooh. The game is...
man, that frailty token is really...
Yeah. Okay, but on the right side... Yeah, Gordon has to pass.
Yeah, he has to pass. He doesn't have anything to do this turn.
Pass.
Right, Fee Sensei is operating off top of his deck. But if his deck takes care of him, he pitched a Codex at the start of the game.
He needs a blue.
Yeah, he found Sleep Dart, which is going to be pretty massive here.
Yep, he does not. Gordon does not have the Snapdragons anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and he has to block this. He actually has to
This
block
is so
this.
cheeky.
Yeah.
Tell me why he has to block this. Explain.
Well, his arsenal is empty.
Yep.
So if it hits, then his 2-card arrow turn becomes a 3-card arrow turn.
Yeah. And then he surprised him with the Sleep Dart, and even more demanding on hit.
And he has to block this as well.
And so Feast gets to freely set up an arsenal card for a 5-card turn.
Coming for 6. He can opt not to block it and just fire 1 arrow next turn.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So he's at 7.
Yeah.
But
going with no arsenal, the arrow has to probably be either a withering shot or a blood rush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or infecting shot, sorry. Yep.
You're right.
He has
to block with 1 card. I'm going to choose to keep 1 card to pay for whatever arrows in his arsenal.
Yep. Okay.
It's not an arrow. So he didn't. The on-hit trigger didn't matter.
Ooh.
Can only get a 0 cost here. Probably a searing shot.
Yeah, searing shot's pretty big. Ooh.
This is going to be for
9.
On hit, you die. So on hit, lose a life, but you can't just block with 2 cards because you die. So it's going to be a triple block here from Feast and Say. Ferret the token. Doesn't matter as much here when you are blocking with 3 cards anyway, but still good. It's more the Plunder token for Gordon Co. String it to give a back-to-back 5-card hand.
He can give his Tunic and go down to 1.
True. Pretty scary though.
Going down to 1 is like it's pretty bad.
Well, Gordon Co still have the Hornet Sting. If you go down to 1, you're probably just dead to Hornet Sting. Giving damage to you.
Oh yeah.
You can still block with it.
You can block with it, right?
Yeah, so that's a Withering shot there. Man.
Oof.
This game is so scrappy. It's like these who can string together the most busted 1 to 2 card hands.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure he just takes back the string shot and demands 1-card block.
Do you think they'll cash in the New Horizon at some point in this game?
Yeah,
not quite yet. Yeah. If your opponent's at 1 life, you can catch it in.
From what I know, the Lexi with the New Horizons at the end of the game is pretty favored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Infecting shot just 3 because of the frailty.
Deal demands a 3 block.
Just 1 card.
And if Gordon is drawing into all his 2 blocks now, it is not good. But Gordon has only seen 1 Rain Razor.
Jesus, yeah. So we've probably got like a bunch in hand now.
Yeah, so he is due to draw into them.
Bunch.
Yeah. 2, sorry. So 2.
Quick memory check. How many 3-of-a kinds left in each deck? Do you remember?
I think Gordon has 1 more, and Funfei probably has 1.
It's gonna be massive.
Or maybe none left.
Yeah,
I think Funfei has none left.
Gordon has 1 left though.
Yeah.
If you can find that. I block him with a 3 block. Blue ball.
Ponder.
But without Snapdragon Scale, it's kind of hard to arsenal a second arrow.
Yep.
Gonna just drop to 4. Yeah, no arsenal there.
Okay, so CNC. Will Gordon send the CNC? Will he ship the CNC?
I think we're blocking with 2 cards here because you don't want to die to a random Rain Razors.
That is true. If I was,
because you could throw in the Tunic and block with 1/3 block, but Rain Razor's getting the Blood Rot token along for the ride really punishes you for that.
Yep.
He had it. Yeah. So it's gonna give him the whole hand.
Oh, but Funfei still has
the Tunic.
Oh, the Tunic. So
wow.
Huge.
Keeping Gordon off of a 4-card hand. You could give 1 card.
Game is coming down to the wire.
Man, but if you just give 1 card, your turn is anemic from the Frailty Trap, from the Frailty token, so you have to give 2 cards here.
Yeah, he has to give 2 cards.
Man, imagine, this would be an amazing turn to draw with 3 of a kind. It would really...
He needs... Yeah, that is out.
This turn.
That is an out. Two very, very, very skilled players.
Yeah. No mistakes here.
Who know... They both know this deck in and out.
Squeezing every last drop of value out of this game. Wow. This is sick to watch. I feel like I'm learning a lot right now. I play this matchup a lot, and I'm still
crazy.
They're doing a great job.
Yeah. Both extremely good players, both vying for the top seed.
So probably doesn't have a three of a kind in hand. Likely a Codex of Frailty in Gordon's hand right now.
Mm-hmm.
So he could block with 2 cards, pitch a blue to Voltaire, not load anything, play the Codex and get a 1 cost out, like a Withering Shot perhaps, or a Affecting Shot.
Yeah, this mirrors all, like, it's a very marginal, like, win. Like I said at the start, it's about who can get, like, that 1 card in arsenal, who can give, like, that 1 token.
Right. But it's not as obvious what single. Oh, we get the New Horizon.
Catches in the New Horizon.
Keeping
2 cards.
a 3-card hand.
Yeah, 3 card hand. Sorry.
Wow. He doesn't need the. There's going to be Infecting Shot for 3 with Go Again on hit Blood Rot Pox. Give him 1 card. But then he has the Codex.
Funfei could block with the New Horizon and.
Feason doesn't have an arsenal. We've also discarded a card from the Codex.
Does he have Codex in hand?
I assume so. If you look at his graveyard that much, I imagine he's looking at Codex targets.
I wouldn't give the arrow then. I'll block with the equipment.
Yeah, unless it was a bait.
But then if he blocks with the equipment and then he gets the arrow in, he can't. Okay, he does. Think about it. I have done some like in at my nationals, I got Codex and then I had to discard my 3 of a kind. And I had Rain Razor in hand and I shot the arrow for 3. And I did Rain Razor to close the game.
Yeah,
so
corrupting the power card, that is brutal.
There are some plays, right? I think there is a Rain Razor in hand.
I think you might just give the free block here. No, they're going for the equipment and trying to really make a turn happen here. Didn't have the Codex.
Okay.
Wow. Do you think he was searching through the graveyard there as a bait?
Probably.
That's insane. Golden Co, you cheeky little.
Probably. Or he was looking at what threats he has left in the deck.
Yeah, you're right. It could be more fair. All right.
Ooh, it's so weird. Choosing to block, like, right now, with the card, instead of keeping New Horizons, is really...
Yeah.
I guess he can't block with 1 card, because he doesn't want to go to 1.
Decks are incredibly slim right now. It's going to be actually incredibly difficult to set up a hand that can really leverage the double arsenal from New Horizon, you know?
Yeah. And I think Funfei drew into the Death Touch.
His Death Touch in deck?
He has 1.
Wow.
1 Death Touch.
I had no idea. That.
Oh, he's at 4 cards.
I think it was a little more than 4, but yeah, very few cards. I think both players are similarly on very few. I think Vicente might be a little bit ahead in terms of quantity of cards in deck. Quiver the quiver.
Yep.
Wow, that quiver might make all the difference. Can move the 3 with a Withering Shot. I mean, you could actually take this. Again, he's overlooking his graveyard.
Like I was saying at the start of the game, right? There was some talks of like fatiguing, like in the mirror, trying to fatigue Lexi. It looks like this.
Well, he went +1 with Voltaire. He's coming for 4.
I think he has the Rain Razor in hand. I believe he has the Rain Razor in hand.
That would be such a blowout. Well, his opponent, Gordon knows how many Rain Razors he got left. So he'll be playing around that, I imagine. It's weird because he shuffled.
He's also counting the number of codexes for the endgame. Yeah. I believe he still has one codex left.
Pretty huge play if you get the codex off.
Oh my god. Down to the wire.
Dude, okay, so Gordon's weighing up here. Gordon's blocking 1 card or 2 cards here.
These games are like...
Seven cards.
Yeah, very faced up about what he has left in deck. He should know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what arrows are left in deck.
Even the exact order.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Gordon has his pitch stack memorized at this point.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
His caliber of player.
Are there any... It could be draw.
I'm doubtful of a draw. If you can say it to...
That would be painful.
That would be pretty painful.
That would be interesting. Okay, a Lexi mirror ending in a draw. That would be interesting.
I believe, thanks to the quiver, we probably won't see a draw. I think Sensei will have enough cards in deck.
Quiver huge.
Yeah. Okay, taking 1, getting the frailty token, but opting to maintain the 3-card hand. I like this a lot. Oh, that's why you know what cards are in deck.
Okay.
Interesting. Not threatening a
No Rain Razor.
no Rain Razor, no Codex. Just gonna have
No.
no.
He was trying to block with 2 cards. I was like, what?
Because
No.
like for 3, yeah.
Yeah.
And then +1 on a. Oh, it's just 2 arrows for 3. Weak to turn. I don't know about this, Gordon.
Does Funfei have the Go Again arrow in Arsenal?
Oh, well, we haven't seen any of those played yet this game, have we?
Falcon Wing. Haven't seen a Falcon Wing being played.
No. But the reason they can't take any damage or lose the Hornet Sting. So he's effectively on 1. Coming in for 7.
He's taking 3 cards.
Couldn't you take block with 2 cards here?
7.
Do block with 2 cards for 6, go to 1?
Yeah.
Go to 2, sorry, take 1.
He has 2 cards left in deck.
Oh, gee.
He has 6.
But you just have to find 1 damage if you're Gordon. Just 1.
And Funfei has the Codex.
Yeah. Okay, he's gonna use a Hornet Sting here. I like this. If he knows that,
This
if
is
you know
a
he's
block for 5.
gonna take 2, go to 1. Yeah.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah. He knows he had only arrows left in deck. So if Sensei goes to 1 here, they're both on 1, but Gordon's the one who's the first player to act. And he has a Falcon Wing. So I'll get 1 card.
Oh.
Oh, that frailty means everything here. Oh, man, the Rain Razors! He forgot about it. Is that game?
Yeah.
Is that the end?
It's game.
It's
That is
over.
game.
Oh my god. Came down to the cheeky Rain Razors. Gordon was like 2 cards in deck there. What a crazy way to end. That game was sick.
Very close game. Very close game.
Wow. Do you think Sensei could have overblocked that? Do you think there's any opportunity to play around that final Rain Razors? Or is losing those cards to overblocking you're gonna lose that game of attrition by running out of cards in deck?
Well, if he blocked like maybe he could block 1 card, keep the Frailty Trap.
Yeah.
Right? And then reacted with it, but
wow, that was awesome. Really tough there. I feel like it was a very disciplined play to hold onto that Rain Razor for the very end of the game there, because it put your opponent